Speed Check gas station that I'm at right now is normally the cheapest gas in Erie, and just this week they jumped over the $4 mark. Now I want you to take a look at this. You know, Mike and Emily, whenever you're driving down Parade Street and you get between streets 12th and 6th, you see a lot of businesses like these that just seem like they've been untouched. And some of these essential items include socks, wipes, masks, and even diapers, and they all wrapped up and placed here. I decided to take a dive in myself, which isn't the only method that you can use, because a cold shower can work too. We're here at Perry Square right now, where a lot of the homeless like to lay their heads here at nighttime. Looking around right now, there were a few homeless people here to my right here, and even on the stage here, but it started raining. At the top of the website, they will have this link that you can just click on that says July 22nd through the 29th. Support United Way's Community School Drive. It will take you to this list of all the different schools and their wish list that they have. Some people started at her residence, others started here and moved that way towards Geneva Swamp. And speaking of that, I want to tell you guys something that Bristol told me this morning that a veteran told her, was that if I can serve in it, then you can stand in it. So you know what that meant for us? We had to stand in it. Once boxes are packed and they're put onto Second Harvest Food Bank trucks, they're then sent off to different sites.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Judy!
And that was a nice gesture that the Erie Arts and Culture did for Miss Judy. It was her 80th birthday, so we really hope that she enjoyed it. In the studio, Keelin Berrian, Erie News Now.
I am excited, and I stand on that. I'm more excited because what our community did is hold a corporation responsible for not abandoning us, leaving another abandoned building here.
2 months after Buffalo experienced tragedy in its community, the doors are opening again.
For the first time in a long time, we faced our fears.
Upon entry, you can instantly see renovations. The storefront is different, the inside with shelving and added security measures are in place. According to the store manager, majority of its employees returned for the reopening. Others are at different locations. A lot of renovations were made to this grocery store to try not to remind everyone of what happened 2 months ago on May 14th. But in front of the grocery store, you're still reminded of the 10 victims that lost their lives, with dozens of roses, pictures, and messages to the Buffalo community. But despite everyone's excitement, Pastor Darius Priggen says we must stay on topic of the main issue.
Racism in America. There's a new argument that begins to separate us, and we get off of the main point. Racism, white supremacy.
The new argument that separates everyone is whether Tops should remain open or torn down and replaced with a park.
We have no time to now give so much energy to what we call this side of town or whether the store is open or not. Tops as a corporation, they listened to the immediate community that was around it, and they opened. If they're really against it, all I say is respect the people who need it.
One of the people that worked here, she's a manager of the produce department, and she says, no, I'm afraid about going back.
Martha Oshelski is a disaster mental health specialist, which helps people that experience dramatic events.
I said, just remember, you're all in this together. So you're there to care for each other and to support each other.
But after all, residents believe the events that happen here should be an example for other cities to stick together.
You should use this to say, you know what, there's a triumph after the tragedy.
Well, Mike and Eva, when they first started out the day, they was feeling hopeful. Now, that feeling has changed. Now they're feeling worried. Tomorrow's her big day, and they just do not want her to miss it.
I've not had a birthday without her for the last 7-8 years now. So to have one day or one birthday without her is not even an option for us at this point.
With Candace's birthday on Saturday, search teams are back on ATVs, state police on mounted units, and community volunteers are on foot to look for her.
We're not stopping until we find her. We gotta find her.
So as the saying goes, it takes a village.
We're going to area RSD 61.
And for Candace, it's all hands on deck to find her.
Her and I, we always had this saying that we had each other's back. So now it's my turn to really step it up and have her back and find her and bring her home.
While everyone searched through woods in different areas, they're hoping Coffey's Nose is her birthday and will come back home.
As of right now, we'll probably end up continuing to search if we have not found her today. However, if we can't, we're going to just keep pushing.
We've received a lot of tips that have been calling into the state police barracks and notifying us of things that they've seen or people that may have matched her description, and we've sent troopers out to check on those tips. None of them have been credible so far.
So with combined community efforts, Candace Coffis can be home for her 35th birthday.
We're not stopping. We miss her. We love her. We need her home. It's not that we want her home. We need her home.
Right. They miss her. Everyone does miss her, and they all want her home. Earlier today, around 4:45, 5 o'clock, there was a possible lead at a soybean field, but after searching, it just led to another.
There's a chance for a new beginning. For the entire month of September, Pennsylvania is doing a marijuana pardon project. This clears the records for those that's been wrongly convicted or charged with marijuana.
We really don't think anybody should be burdened with a criminal record and everything that comes with it. So many of us do not even think that marijuana use should be illegal.
The process is free and you don't need a lawyer. Here's how it works. Once you apply for marijuana pardons, there's a merit review of the case. Right after is a public hearing, voting for the application to be sent for a pardon. Those applications are then sent to the governor, and once the governor reviews them, he issues the pardon. But there's still one more step to get the charges off of your record.
After you get the pardon, you can go ahead and petition the court for an expungement. So you just take your pardon paperwork and you can go and talk to the court where you were convicted and go ahead and apply for the expungement.
According to data last year, just over 13,000 adults and children were arrested for simple marijuana possession. That averages to about 38 marijuana arrests a day. Some say the pardon might be a step closer for decriminalizing weed.
People who've had a second chance want to give back because of the second chance. Man, what a resource. And so we have to find ways not only to keep them here, but to empower them.
But Dr. Paris Baker, associate professor at Gannett University, tells me without empowering people, they launched into the use of harder drugs like crack or cocaine.
You have these opportunities for folks that you could, by law, legally put in jail, or you could make them consumers and investors all over the place.
Look, I was on the bandwagon before it was the cool thing about decriminalization of marijuana. I think that if you have small amounts and you are a nonviolent offender and you have nothing else major on your record, then we should be taking steps.
Having a marijuana pardon normally takes years to complete, but the project is doing it within months.
They've got from September 1st to September 30th to do that, and if they apply after that, of course, they're going to have to wait the 10 years for the clean slate.